All right. Apparently we're live, so hopefully we actually are. Welcome everyone. So today, the hope is that I'm going to build a chat application using Go, gRPC, and Envoy Proxy. Now, I haven't really used... So Go and gRPC I used in the last stream, which was on Monday. I've never used Envoy Proxy. And it also means that I'm going to have to set up some front-end stuff as well. In order to actually allow people to use the chat application. And I'm probably going to have to potentially connect to a database as well. This isn't going to be like... We're sort of going to build kind of iteratively, if that makes sense. So like the database stuff will come later. Then we'll probably want to make it so that this can scale if I work on it for that long. So like maybe some kind of like pub sub system, which isn't something I've ever really done before. So that'll be another kind of learning thing as well. So it'll be exciting, fun to do, but a bit challenging because I've not done it before. But what I have done, and the last stream we got this working, is I made it so that you can launch the server, and that acts as kind of like it's the server, so the client connects to that, and then you can send messages from the client, and then the server will respond with messages. So it's meant to respond to every client that's connected. I haven't really tested it with multiple clients, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I should do that, actually. It's a bit annoying when you use PowerShell and it doesn't... If you duplicate the tab, it doesn't actually duplicate it, like as in like the path is not duplicated. So maybe if I just copy this, if I do CD and then paste that. Okay, there we go. And we'll need another one of them as well. Put CD in there. Okay, so what I want to do is get a server going and 2 instances of the client just to see if this works. So we'll do go run server and then server.go. That should start the server. There's no like feedback to that, so that should be fine. As long as there's no error, then we can assume that it's working. And then what I want to do here is do go run client and then client.go. There we go. And then I want to do this here as well. Can I just do up? Oh no, okay. Go run client, client.go. Okay, so what should happen now is if I type this... Okay, well that's not good. I should have probably tested this before, but yeah, that doesn't work. I'm trying to think why that wouldn't work, because they're still technically still connected, aren't they? Oh, I think I know why that doesn't work. Okay. Right. The reason why that doesn't work is because the only time it will send down a message is if the user sends a message. So you can see here, it actually has got that message that's sent here. It's just, yeah, it only does it when I type. So like you see this DSGR thing here. That hasn't come through, but if I type a message, then DSGR comes through as well as the F that I just typed there. So yeah, and then if I type here, I'll get an F as well as the message that just came through. So yeah, I need to maybe I could just move that outside of that for loop then, and it can basically just keep checking. I wonder if that'll work, actually. That's quite an interesting thing to try. Yeah, let's give that a go though. So this, basically the thing that's sending the messages back is this. And the only reason why it's doing that is because in this for loop, it basically, this is just going to run forever. And it just kind of sticks here until something comes in, and then it'll run this code. So eventually it'll run this, but only when the message comes in. So I need kind of 2, similar to the front end really, because the front end does it where it does, so you've got this here, and this is the one that is receiving the input from the back end, like the output from the server. And then this is the one that's sending it to the server. So it's like 2 separate loops. that's kind of what I need on the server. I guess what I will need to do is do like basically like this. So create a channel, which is fine. Trying to think, 'cause I haven't actually used channels before. I've only done this because I copied it from the stuff I was reading the other day from, like, was it here? Somewhere? Yeah, I was reading a tutorial, but I forget. I think it was this one. Yeah. Yeah, because this one's got all of the code in it. Like, it's got every type of endpoint that you would need, like the sort of normal one, and then the streaming one, like the server-side streaming. Yeah, it says it here. Server-side streaming, client-side streaming, and bi-directional streaming. So, and I basically just copied this. So I was like, you know, every time a note comes in, it'll just loop through and send the note. So that kind of worked for like chat messages, but it doesn't really work because this is more to do with like, this is the assumption that the server is talking to one client when in reality it's actually talking to multiple clients. So waiting for a client to send something in, or for that connection to send something, until like a message comes through doesn't really work. So yeah, I'll need to do something similar. Now I probably will need to use a channel like it does on the client side, which shouldn't be too difficult because I'm literally doing it here. So I think I can copy. I think I can basically just copy this code here. So do something like this wait C, I guess. If I do something like this at the top, because we already have message count, so message count is what would tell us that a message needs to be sent. And basically what I want to do is just constantly loop and just see, you know, has message count... Wait, where is it? Hang on a minute. So we've got... yeah, s.messages here. So this is the original message count. So this is when this is the message count when they first connect. And then we basically want to see if that's increased at all. If it has, if it's increased, then we just want to send through the messages. So yeah, so we'll need to do this one first. Let's do. I'm literally just gonna copy this and then. So this is obviously gonna be different, but it will effectively just be this if statement here. I think just this. So for some reason, I can't return an error there. Why can't I return an error there? Is that because it's inside of this separate function, so the function's not got a return, is it? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just put in. I'll just put this in. So if there is an error, then I'll just return like a log, I guess. Is that fine? I think that's fine. And then at the bottom of this, I need to get rid of this. And then you do wait C, I guess. And I haven't actually closed that yet, so what I will need to do is close this if there's an error, I guess. We'll go with that. And what's this complaining about? So it's missing return where exactly? Unreachable code. I think I need to break out of this, maybe. And then return somewhere here like this. Like that. Or... I wonder if I think it's unreachable because... Yeah, because it's never going to get out of this for loop here. So I need to add a break in here. Like that, maybe. Return. And then what's this complaining about? Missing return. Here. And it's expecting an error. Okay. I don't really know what to return as like an error in this case. Because the error's like here, isn't it? So what did I do here then? So I logged and then I assume that this is expecting an error as well. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess that works. We'll go with that. So hopefully what that'll do is it'll just constantly check to see if there's any messages that need to be sent. And then check for inputs as well, I guess. I could probably give that a go. No pun intended. And then these two connect like this. Oh, because it's still okay. Client. Okay, so test. Yay. All right, sweet. So that actually works, which is quite surprising. Yeah, so I think that's a server done. Not completely done, but like done enough that I can probably get something working. So what I need to do is get a front end set up so that we can make it into like an actual website. So I guess now it's just a case of like figuring out what technologies to use. So also setting up like an actual web server, which I don't know if I can set that up. I'm just wondering how I can set that up because obviously I'm already serving gRPC stuff here, so because I was going to serve like the content from here, but I guess okay. I'm just wondering if it's possible to have two things running. Let's have a look at. I do actually have something that should be installed on here, I think. Let's see what stuff I've got on here. I got a load of rubbish mostly, but I think it's this maybe. That isn't it, but I think that might actually do. So let's have a look. So main.go. So it might be worth just trying this out just to see if it like does anything. So if we pull in this package, net HTTP. Hang on, let me do that again. And I'll try and set it up like below here, and I don't know if it'll. We'll see what it does. I don't know. I'm still figuring this out myself, so we'll see if it does what I want it to do. We'll do that, and then below that we'll just. Does that have a? Oh yeah, here we go. Right, so this is starting on 8,000. This should be starting on 8080. Let's give that a go. Actually, you know what I will do, because there is actually a print thing here. I'm just going to put this in just to see like if it gets to this point. I'll just make it a bit easier. So if we run that, and we'll see. So yeah, this is basically what I thought would happen. Yeah. So it's good that I know that now. Basically what's happened is that it's stopped here. So this is basically like a loop. Like under the hood, I guess. Can I actually go and look in? Yeah. Yeah, here we go. So effectively what's happening is that yeah, under the hood it's like looping to listen out for connections. So it's basically stopped at this loop. And then what it'll do is it'll handle the connection using a go routine, but then it'll go back up here and then listen for more. So that's not going to work. What we could do is have like two separate files. So we could have like the chat server and then just one to serve HTML content. I could do like web or something like that. And then just open them up separately. I guess that would work. Either that or I could have a Go routine for the web server, I guess, which will be interesting. It might be worth trying that actually, because I've never, like I say, I don't really do much with Go routines and stuff, so it'd be quite interesting to see if I can do that. So we'll basically just we'll just copy the code here. We'll do a similar thing here where I start this server. So yeah, what I want to do is inside of this function. I don't know if I need that. I need the or do I need that? Maybe I do. I don't think I need this in here, but I'll go with it. I'll just put this in here. There's almost certainly like a better way of doing this, but think that works. That might work. So it should start this up in its own Go routine, and then start these in theirs. Is that? I mean, I guess we'll go for it. We'll see if it works. So we'll close that. Yeah. So I guess we should be able to go to localhost 8080. Localhost 8080. Welcome to the site. All right, so that actually worked. Pretty cool. I mean, like I say, I don't really do much with Go routines, so the fact that that worked is good. No idea if this is the to do things. I'm just going to make a note, like, so that I know in the future that maybe this isn't the best thing to copy. No idea if it's the best way to do things, but it works. Fantastic. All right. And what I want to actually do is I want to serve like the content HTML, and there is actually a thing called temple which we can use. Go temple, which I have dabbled in a bit before, but not really. Not used a huge amount, so it'll be interesting. I need to add something to my project, I think, to yeah, I need to like add a build file to my project or something. Not because of temple, but just because like I think it's going to get a bit, out of control if I don't. I mean, I could just do that thing where I do this like go run dot, I suppose, just temporarily, and that should be fine. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do a huge amount of stuff. So literally just a page, I think, should be fine. So if I do go install temple, I think this is fine. Give it a go. I may already have it, but just to be sure. Okay. And then we'll do this, and we'll get can I run temple now? Is that a thing? Temple. Okay, good. So we'll go get temple, and then I should be able to create like a temple file. So if I do why does it expect them to go? Is it like in there's like a path that it expects them to go in, but I don't remember what it is. It's like, is it /templates or something? Template generation maybe. I just want to know the path because there's like a path that it expects kind of by default, I think, like a template path or something like that. So I just want to make sure that I've got that right so that it actually works. I don't really want them all just kind of in one file. I want to at least clean things up a little bit. Oh yeah, here we go. Project structure. That'll work. Components. Is that actually what it expects? Components. Okay. So I need a components folder. How do you do layouts? Is that a thing? It doesn't seem to actually say anything about it's just got like a div tag, so I'm wondering if there's a an example of like an entire layout, you know, like the actual HTML, unless it just kind of does that itself. I don't really know. But I assume you have to write it yourself. I don't know actually. I thought that would be like the first thing it said is like, oh, here's how you do a template, and then you can put like the page in the template or something. But yeah, I guess not. All right then. I'll just components.temple. That might be the thing to go for. If I just do like a single components file, I guess. All right. I mean, the best thing to do is just kind of get started with something. Everything's broken now. What's wrong with this? Why is it broken all of a sudden? Oh, I think I need to do like, it's something like go more tidy. Oh, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what I've done. Oh no, yeah, okay, that worked. Wait, what? Okay, why did it get rid of that then? It got rid of the thing I just installed. Right, no, I need that. Yeah, that's fine. And then inside server, I think I'll create a new folder called components, and then I'm just trying to think how to actually lay this out, because it doesn't really say a huge amount here. And it does say project structure, but it's not like. Let's go here. Actually, this will probably help. Components.temple. Okay. So, and then just embed it in there. Okay. So temple page, I guess, is what I want. And then is it handlers default.go? I don't know, something like that. Let's do so components and then we'll just call it like chat.temple, I think. And then we need, have a look. I did have a temple thing installed at one point because I was using it, but I sort of messed around with temple. I think it is this. Is that still installed? If it's still installed, then why is it not working? Oh no, I think it is working. It's just I don't have an icon for it, so it's just showing as like the default thing. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's give this a try. So, where's the template file? I think that's right. Is it package and main? Yeah. And then I think temple page. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, it's not going too bad. I sort of got the chat application thing working a bit better because I realized something that if you had like the server running and then like 2 clients, they wouldn't get messages from each other because in order to get a message or in order to get like the messages that you haven't seen, you first have to send a message before it'll send back all the messages that, you know, like all the new messages. So I redid it so that I don't know if you can see here. Yeah, so this is the one that I kind of did on Monday, which you might have seen. You were in that stream. I basically made it so that there's now 2 separate loops. So there's one for getting messages, which will just run continuously in its own Go routine, and then one for like receiving the messages that the person sent. So yeah, now it actually works where if somebody from like a different client sends a message, all the other clients will then get it instead of you having to send a message before you'll get messages sent back to you. Basically, this part of the code here, or this entire if statement actually, was in here, which would only get run if you'd receive a message, or if you sent a message, sorry. So that works now, which is good. It means like it's actually kind of like a chat application. And basically, at the moment now, I'm just trying to get it so that you can actually send messages from like a website instead. Which has been, I mean, it's been fine. It's just getting used to, like, I did use Temple a little bit, but I'm not really that familiar with it. So I'm kind of hacking my way through it, I suppose. Figuring out how to do things. It'll be something like this. So page. And then I don't know what you use all this stuff for. Global? Is that something that I just have to? I don't know if I have to pass that in actually. But I'll just do. What should we do? So I'll create the basic HTML stuff. It's temple, isn't it? So it's temple page. Oh, temple page. And then like that. And then do I need to do like a return or something, or is it just okay? HTML. And then head. It's been a while since I've like just written HTML. Do head and then title chat application. And then we need body. And I think for now I'll just like pass in like a p tag or something like this. Hello. And then obviously we'll set stuff up when I know it's all working. And then I think from here we just need to like bring that in. So I think it's literally just something like this. Running your first template application. So component. Actually, I need to bring this in first. I'll do that. Put it under here. And then, yeah, I've had to set it up as well. Basically, what happens is, because I need the gRPC server, but also a HTTP server so that I can actually serve like the content. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff. Like I'm new to it. But I've created another Go routine. Because basically I had this code here, like below this, But the problem is this just kind of sits and waits for connections. So it never actually runs this code. It never like gets past this line here. So what I did is I put the HTTP stuff into its own Go routine. So this like starts working, and then it can get to here. So they can both be kind of running at the same time. So I don't know if that's the way to do it. I don't know if that's like a complete misuse of Go routines, but it works. So yeah, we'll go with that. And then I'm sure like in the future, I think what would be better to do is probably have like a separate thing running. But yeah, for now it'll do. And yeah, that should. So if I go back here, so I should be able to do component. Actually get the component here, and it'll just be. I need to actually build it first, I think. So, but I think it will be like page, something like that. But let me just do see if this works. If I can do, I think it's temple generate. Oh, that work? I think that did work. Chat underscore temple.go. Okay, good. And then, oh no, it's not. Is it chat? I think. Would it be that? Is it because I call it page? Is that maybe that's confusing things? Like, I call it chat, and then regenerate that, I guess. Ooh. I think it could also be to do with the fact that I got rid of the import, or I didn't get rid of it. Go did that when I saved it. VS Code, I guess. No, don't do that. Go with it. And then this handler here. You think I'm okay with? I think you're okay coming from a beginner in Go. I think that's a compliment. Thank you. All right. So this chat thing is not working, I guess. Well, I don't need this. I don't know if this do I need to import something? It doesn't say that I do. I think that they're just kind of available globally. So I think it should be fine. Or just try and run it and see what that does. But I forgot how I did it before. I have done stuff with Temple before and it's been fine, but I don't really remember. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Yeah, undefined chat. What do I need to do here? Because I've done it, like I said, I've done it before, so I don't know what I'm missing here. I'm pretty sure I do have a code base that uses it. Let me go back. Is it that? Is that the right thing? Oh, not that. No, that's not the right thing. I do have one that I actually got from. There's a thing that you can use which is quite useful. It's like a thing that generates a Go blueprint. I've got so much just shit that I don't really know what's what in here, to be honest with you. It's not that. I looked at that a second ago. I'm pretty sure it is on here. Like this is what I used for it, but is it my app? Maybe we try that. God, what a good name. No. Let's have a look at Go Blueprint. Yeah, yeah, I know you can do stuff like that. It's just I'm wanting to keep it simple. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, I was wanting to just keep it simple for now. Literally just return just some HTML. But yeah, for some reason it's not finding the package, and I don't really know what. There's something that you have to do, and I've done it before. Like I've had something working before, but I don't remember what I did to get it working. Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. Let's it generates. So what you can do with Blueprint is basically you can select like the things that you would want. So like you can select your backend. So I go for standard library, the database you want to connect to. So maybe Postgres, and then some extra stuff. So if you want like HTMX, you can do that. Tailwind, and then you basically just run this command, and it will like basically generate all this for you. So it'll give you an entire project, and that's basically what I've got here. So is it this one? So I've got this entire project, and it's kind of everything's just kind of set up for you. So you've got like the air.toml stuff. So like it will like refresh when you save. It's got the make file, and then it's got all the stuff you would need for like HTMX, the JavaScript for that, the CSS stuff as well. So it just sets up an entire project for you. And it's funny, I'm seeing this now, but the component here is also not like it doesn't know it. So I guess I've got the same issue here. I don't really know how to solve that, to be honest with you. Let me just see, because I'll probably Google it and find an answer like immediately. If I do go temple, I'm probably missing a command that I meant to run. Undefined, oh my god. Template. Or component, I guess component's probably a better word. I forgot r.head. I forgot what? Where? r.head. Don't know why I'm clicking on all this stuff. Yeah, I'm looking in chat.temple. Is that not what it's supposed to look like? Yeah, I don't know what R variable you're referring to there. Oh, okay. Ooh, um, yeah, I can't. For the life of me, I can't remember how I got this working before. Do I need to like specify that it's in the components folder, or is that fine? I don't. Uh, because technically speaking, it is like in the same package, isn't it? So like it's in package main. So doesn't that mean I should be able to? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's have a look at the example and see. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like that. Oh shit, that's the wrong thing. I want to do a temple generate. Okay, so that I hate shit like this where it just doesn't. Like I've done it before. I've done it on another project and it was like really simple, but um, yeah, I'm just thinking. I don't think you do need to do uppercase because all of these are lowercase, so I don't think that really matters. So it can't find it, even though it is technically package main chat. Oh, fuck's sake. Is it something to do with the fact that it's inside there? I don't think so. No. Right. It needs to be a capital if it's a struct. I don't know if it needs to be. Yeah, but I'm returning it from Go as the server. So I am using HTML, CSS, and JS, but I need somewhere to serve it from, which is what this server's doing. So I just need to get that working. I'm just going to call it page. Check something. I need to check this. Yeah, temple is imported and it's being used here. Handle it. It's just the component that doesn't show up. For some reason, and I cannot see like a single thing that I'm doing differently to this. That's annoying. Like if I could see something, it was like, oh shit, yeah, I've messed up there. I've forgotten that. Then it'd be fine. But I've added the file. Yeah, I got a temple file. I did generate. That's all fine. Just have another check of this code base because this is, well, I mean, this doesn't even work, to be honest with you. So, but maybe that's meant to be the case. Then maybe that's just, I don't know. If I try running it, does it do anything? Because I feel like in the past I've done it where it has actually undefined page. I feel like I've done it in the past where it hasn't been able to find it, and then I did something to resolve it, but I don't, for the life of me, know what it was. I think generate normally solve it, like the, you know, generating the temple stuff, but. Ooh, okay. I think I know why it's. Well, I think I know why it's not. I think I know why it's not working. The reason why is because it doesn't actually. So like this is always going to be an error, but I think the reason why it's not working is because I need to include this when I run it. So what I need to do is go run. I wonder actually. Let's just cd into server. And I assume if I do this, it doesn't work. Go run dot like this. Undefined page. Let's do go run server.go. Okay, I don't know what that did. Should we just see if it did anything? No. Oh, I sort of made progress there, so that's good. Oh no, and it failed again. Okay. Well, I thought the issue was, and it may still be the issue, But I thought the issue was that it wasn't loading it. So when I was running the Go application, it wasn't also like pulling in this chat tempo thing. Like when you run it, you have to specify, what files you want to use. But it doesn't seem to be the issue. But I don't know. This is what happens when you stream a language that you're not too familiar with. You just end up fucking about the entire time. Try something. Yeah, there's a. Okay, I don't know. Make build. Hello, Andre. Is that how you say your name? I don't want to say your name wrong, but Andre, I think. Um, well, the theme is gRPC and Envoy, but the theme is ultimately Go. So I want to serve stuff from Go. But this, I think this did work, unless this is the I think because it depends on. So the make file depends on like the operating system you use when you download it initially. So I'm trying to think because this isn't working, but this was working. This is why I wanted to use this as a reference to see like does this work, but the actual like the Go stuff doesn't work. So I'm starting to think there's something else going on here, but yeah, just, that's two code bases that don't work. Even though this one did work. This one did work at one point in time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is like a temple issue. Um, as far as I'm aware, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like this should be fine. That is what temple says. There isn't really anything extra that you need to do, unless maybe if I try running that. Nope. Fix the R variable. What's wrong with the R variable? Yeah, I'm looking at line 15. Line 15 here. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I think you're talking about something else, Otis, because this is using the the R that you're referring to is request. So you get request and then you get the value from name, when somebody submits a request. This is not, this is the temple component, so it's not r.helloPost. It's just hello post. It just doesn't seem to be working. It's the same issue I've got on my other code base. All right. Yeah, well, fuck it. Let's just do we'll just do Astro. I'll figure it out in my own time. I'm not pissing around doing fucking serving HTML from Go. What the fuck? Class extends value. So, fuck me. What is it with like streaming stuff where everything just goes wrong? So I can't even get Astro on the go. I just want a nice, easy way of serving a bit of HTML that means not opening it up in a browser. Just the file in the browser, if that makes sense. So class extends value undefined is not a constructor or null. npm cache. Okay. Can I read this? Yeah, I trust it. So I think God, honestly. This is like an old issue. Why is this still? Does it need to be? Nope. Okay. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to do that. I've got I've got the latest version, or the LTS, so it should just work. The fact that it's not working is God, I've got a fucking fly as well flying around my room. God, that's the last thing I need is a fly fucking flying in my face. Sorry, I'm getting very swear. I don't even normally swear on this channel. I'm just getting very It's just annoying because it's like, what? I don't really want to go the route of just creating a HTML file, but I might actually have to do that. Try git bash. I mean, I don't know why the command line would make a difference. Oh, shit, where am I? CD. Damn. I had the wrong thing copied. No. That wouldn't have made a difference. I don't even know why I tried that, to be honest with you. I think just pure hope that would have worked, but it wouldn't have made a difference. the command lines are interacting with the same thing. What are my thoughts on Rust and TypeScript? Well, Rust is just a bit much. I'd prefer to just use Go. I haven't done a huge amount in Rust, so I'm not going to say I'm not saying it's a bad language. It's just there's a lot going on, and I prefer Go to Rust from the experience I've had, and I've actually probably used them around the same amount, to be honest with you. And TypeScript, I think TypeScript for me is just kind of pointless. I think types are important, but with the way I use JavaScript, I don't tend to use it for big projects, so types aren't really that important to me. I prefer to just use little scripts, which is kind of what JavaScript's meant to do. You know, that's what you're meant to use it for, little client-side scripts. So you don't really need types for that. Yeah, so I don't really use TypeScript or Rust. Not got anything against Rust. TypeScript, I think, is just, but for the way I use JavaScript, I think it's pointless. But for Rust, you know, if you like it, more power to you. But I don't personally have a reason to use it. I think Go does its job for what I need it for, and yeah, there's not much to say on it, to be honest with you, because I don't really use it that much. But I used TypeScript for about 5 years, but then I realized, well, I mean, I don't know if it's even worth getting into, but and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really in the best moods with Node and stuff at the moment, so talking about JavaScript probably isn't great. I don't really know why this is happening. And maybe I haven't upgraded NPM. I don't know. Oh wow, what's it doing? And what's it trying to do? I don't have like Node. I don't have like a JavaScript thing in here, do I? No, I don't have anything. Okay. Fucking hell. There we go. Yeah, like I say, I used to use TypeScript. Basically, every side project I had, I used TypeScript, and it was mostly like on the back end, so I'd use Node.js with TypeScript. But I don't really use Node.js anymore, so I don't really have a point. I don't really have a reason to use TypeScript. I started using React again recently. I stopped using JavaScript frameworks for like let me just try something. Yeah, Node is just messed up. I think something's gone wrong. I don't really get. It might actually just be a Node issue or NPM, I guess. Did I just install? Anyway, what was I? I've completely forgot what I was even saying then. But yeah, I'm just gonna reinstall it and then see what that does. Let's have a look at. Should we just go with this? Should we just go for the latest version? What have I got? Hang on a minute. I need to check actually. 22. Okay, yeah, we'll just go for the latest version then. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I used it on the back end a lot, and that makes sense because you're working with bigger code bases, so the types are really useful. Obviously, using just JavaScript on its own can become quite a big pain in the ass. You know, when you try to like figure out, okay, what do I need to do? You know, like what do I need to pass into functions and stuff, and what does this function return? So using TypeScript for that is more useful, and obviously you need type to do that. But because I don't do that anymore, I don't really have a reason to use TypeScript because everything's just like front end stuff. So, and if I do that, I tend to use like only a little bit of JavaScript. So I don't really get much use from types. Like they're not really that helpful in that scenario. So yeah, it's a pain. But I think hopefully updating this will fix it. I'm gonna try off stream to get Go working so that it returns the files, but I don't know. There's something weird going on there. I don't really know why it's not working, but we'll try this again. Right. Okay. Oh my fuck. Sorry. I keep saying naughty words here. npm. Oh, that's IV, not -v. So, is it to do? Yeah, it might be just coming from this then. Then I need the error. Okay, never mind. I'll do this off stream as well. I was hoping to use Astro because that is, if I can't use Go, then I'll use Astro because then that can serve the contents. But honestly, I'm just gonna do HTML on its own. Um, yeah, I know Astro's easy, but clearly not so easy to get set up when you've got issues going on. You've noticed that I don't use any LLMs. Yeah, I've not really got much interest in using LLMs. I enjoy the whole process of programming, like figuring stuff out as well. As much as it doesn't sound like it, because I'm going a bit mental here, but yeah, I like programming. I don't want someone to write the code for me. I don't. I can see how they're useful for, like, if you've got a question, they can just give you the answer. But I actually don't mind going around multiple different resources and figuring stuff out because I tend to find more information that way instead of just getting. There was something that happened recently actually, and I forgot what it was. But it was something where I thought like I could have like asked an LLM this, and it would have given me the answer, which obviously would have been fine. But in finding the answer, I also found a load of other stuff that was really useful, and the LLM wouldn't have given me that. So I'm quite happy just googling stuff like like the good old days before everyone was obsessed with LLMs. So let's just. I could probably just house it in here, but just not have it as a. Let me just get rid of all this stuff. Get rid of this as well. And we'll just have it as the gRPC server. That's fine. I'll change this back to server.go as well. And then I think in here, I'm literally just going to put index.html. And then do the HTML stuff. Application, and I'll just like, should I just pull in the CDN for Tailwind as well? I won't bother setting up anything else because that'll crash as well. But play CDN. What's the best way to open this? Have a look. There we go. There we go. Nice and easy. And that let me just double check that does actually work. There we go. Grab this. Yeah, it doesn't look the best, but we'll go with it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right then. So basically what we've got to do now is connect the chat application to the backend, which apparently you can't do directly. So you've got to use Envoy Proxy, I think. I don't know if anything's changed on that, but apparently that is what you've got to do. So getting started, install. Okay, that's be interesting. Right. So using Docker is probably the way to go for this because I'm on Windows at the moment. So, God, I wish I was on Mac OS. That would have been way more easy to do that. So we should have Docker on here, I think. God, I hope we do, because if we don't, then this is going to become a massive pain in the ass. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay, so we know how to do that, that's fine. I think really what I want to do is figure out what it actually does. I am using the Docker version. You got to calm down. You got to calm down. I am using it. I want to figure out what Envoy does first before I actually start running it. Just to see, like, just to get an idea of what I'm actually gonna, I'm gonna run it in Docker. I want to see if there's anything I need to set up first. Oh my god, what is going on with this website? This is what the web used to look like, eh? Right. Well, I want to know what. Okay, I'll have to read through this then a little bit, I guess. Okay, I'm trying to find the best way of doing this because obviously Envoy itself is quite a big thing, and I've got a very specific use case for it, so I don't really want to, go through every single thing. I just want to get it to a point where I can use it. But yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, so but this is what I want. I think the gRPC. Well, what I want, and this is what's. Let me have a look around because the thing is, I obviously know what I want to do, but I don't quite know why I have to do it this way. It was sort of well, I came to the conclusion that it was because most browsers don't support HTTP2. So Envoy does something that kind of makes up for that. But yeah, I need to. So gRPC, I think it's gRPC web that I'm looking for. This might be what I need. Oh, here we go. See, this is what I want. Yeah, I just want something, something simple to kind of get an idea of what's going on. So with gRPC, you can define your service once in a profile and implement clients and servers in any of gRPC's supported languages. This ends here on tablet. Yeah, I mean the stream will be like the stream will be live, so yeah, you're more than welcome to watch the stream like after. It'll be up on the channel. It gets like automatically uploaded by YouTube. So define the service, which is what I've already done. So I've already done this bit. Done interface using Node in the back end. Okay, so they're using Node for this, but yeah, that's all good. So we use Envoy Proxy to forward the gRPC browser request to the backend. Cause, which is fine. In this example, the browser makes gRPC requests for 8080. Envoy forwards the request to the backend service. Okay. Alright. Read through it. Sort of know what's going on, but there's a few things I'm kind of missing here. But yeah, I think it'd be nicer to work on this off stream because there's just so much to like figure out here, and it's going to be very boring just me reading through it. So I'm probably going in the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Some good interactions today. So thank you for that. And I might upload a video separately, just kind of if I figure it all out, maybe condense it and then put a video up and go with that. A bit more sort of easier to digest is probably how I would put that. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone. I don't know when I'm going to be live again, but hopefully soon. But actually, it's probably more likely that there'll be a video before I go live. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys.